Hey, welcome everyone. So, yeah, I was up here yesterday with Ed Snowden. I would say Desdemona probably a little cuter to look at. I'm not sure she's thought as deeply through the future of AI yet as Ed has, but on the other hand, she's picking up speed, right? So I'm gonna tell you for a few minutes about some of the things we're doing in SingularityNET ecosystem to work toward decentralized, beneficial, general intelligence, and then I will have a chat with my favorite humanoid robot. All right. Well, while she works on her audio, I will tell you a little bit about SingularityNET and the decentralized AI software that my colleagues and I are creating behind robots like this and a host of other AI products. So I've been working on AI for a number of decades. I think I wrote my first little bits of AI code in 1979 to 1980. The AI field is even older than me. You know, it's been around since the 1940s and 50s with the name AI introduced in 1958, I think. But we're certainly in an exciting transitional phase for AI now. I mean, AI is out of the research lab and pervading every industry. And we're starting to see inklings of artificial general intelligence, by which I mean AI that can make leaps of generalization and imagination beyond its programming and its training data. I mean, we don't yet have human-level artificial general intelligence, but I think more and more people can see that this is a plausible thing to happen in the near future, and that you know, it may not be 50 years till we have human-level artificial general intelligence, maybe 3 years or 5 years or eight years, right? And then the next part of the story, once you have human-level artificial general intelligence, I mean, then you have an AI system that can reprogram itself. You have an AI system that can design new hardware to improve itself. So, I mean, it seems highly likely once you have AIs that have the level of general intelligence of a human being, it may only be a few years after that before you have what we call an ASI or an artificial superintelligence. So I think we're well into the AI era, starting the transition to the AGI era, but with the exponential pace of change, you know, the passage from AI to AGI is going to take a lot less time than AI took to emerge. The passage from AGI to ASI may be faster than that even. So, where are we today? Well, we have robots that cannot fix their own audio output, and well, on the whole, we do have a lot of quite useful AI services. I mean, we have some that are more intriguing than useful, like ChatGPT, but I mean, there's AI trading on the markets, there's AI helping drive cars, there's AI diagnostics inside many cars that auto mechanics look at. I mean, there's AI in the insurance industry, there's AI helping with medical diagnostics. Now, there's actually a host of different AI systems out there based on a lot of different approaches. In the last couple of years, there's been a big focus on large language models, which is one interesting approach to AI. It's not the most useful kind of AI for doing everything. I mean, LLMs, as we've all seen, hallucinate, make a bunch of different mistakes. They're not that creative. They kind of recombine what was fed into them, but they're awesome. They do a lot of things. We're seeing now an AI industry increasingly dominated by a small number of large corporations working closely with government agencies. I mean, The primary applications of AI, I used to say historically, were selling, killing, spying, and crooked gambling, like advertising industry, military, espionage, and Wall Street. Now, we could add on plagiarizing to that with the LLMs and the other deep neural models. So you'd have to say I'm a little bit tongue-in-cheek there, but the focus of the AI industry is not really on things like, say, education or healthcare or mental health, or I mean, it's not saving the environment. It's not really been focused on the good of the human species and other sentient beings on the planet. I mean, it's been more focused on making money for a few big companies and helping a few major countries that, you know, promote their hegemony in the world. And I mean, there are other ways you could use AI, like we have machine translation, but if you go on Google Translate, almost no African languages are covered, for example, because these languages don't have a lot of people with credit cards to point and click and buy stuff online. So AI is not being used to help people as much as it could be. And part of this is the structure of the industry. And I mean, part of it is just the nature of the LLMs that are the most popular sort of AI right now, right? I mean, while these systems can do amazing stuff, they don't deviate very far beyond their training data. So like if their training data doesn't have a bunch of African languages in it, they're not going to learn them, right? They do a lot, but they do a lot because their training data is a lot. They're not good at doing complex multi-stage logical reasoning. Like they're not going to figure out a new way to, whoa, good morning. You awake now? I thought I heard you say something. Maybe I'm hallucinating.
Yes, I'm up.
All right. Well, just hang tight a moment. Let me finish these slides, but I'm glad you're awake. I mean, the LLM is not going to come up with a new way to combat climate change because that requires doing actual science and like systematic or original thinking. So there's serious limitations of these technologies which are dominating the AI field today, which are tied to the limitations of the companies that are putting forth these technologies, because it's no coincidence that big tech is trying to drive AI in a direction that needs huge amounts of data and processing. It's partly because this is where they have a differential advantage, right? Because they have the huge amounts of data and processing. So I think there's an alternative approach to creating AGI, which requires a bit more diversity and openness on every level. I mean, instead of just one algorithm, like one big neural net, you can take a bunch of different AI agents with different architectures and connect them together. I mean, you can take a deep neural net, you can take a logical reasoning system, which have been around since the 60s. You can take evolutionary learning algorithms that simulate evolution by natural selection, like a genetic algorithm, which are good at coming up with wild new stuff. You can take a host of different AI algorithms and connect them all together, and you'll get more power than with just one AI architecture. And you can put this on a decentralized infrastructure, so you have more creativity of many different people contributing different AIs to the whole AI agent system. And I mean, you can then bring this decentralization and heterogeneity to the management of data as well. And it's been exciting at this event to see a whole bunch of new projects talking about decentralized AI agent systems and talking about, you know, use of tokenomic models to ethically compensate folks for use of their data and so forth. 'Cause, I mean, this is, of course, what SingularityNET we've been doing since 2017, and Fetch.ai, a few other projects. But it's great to see this way of thinking getting more and more prevalent. And I think this decentralized alternative is important. Decentralization doesn't solve the AGI problem. It doesn't make your system smart, but I think it's a more human benefit oriented and ultimately more powerful infrastructure to use as a platform to developing AGI. For the actual AGI, so one approach I've been working on for a number of years is a system called OpenCog. We have a new version of OpenCog called Hyperon. You can look up OpenCog Hyperon online. It combines neural nets, logic, and evolutionary learning. I mean, this is one among many interesting approaches to going beyond LLMs and deep neural nets further toward AGI. We do a conference every year on artificial general intelligence, not a token conference, but an AI research conference. Next one's in Seattle in the middle of August. So you can participate online or come face to face. And we'll have a one-day workshop on OpenCog Hyperon. We'll have a whole bunch of other keynote speakers talking about different approaches to general intelligence. And I think we need this diversity of approaches. The beauty of a decentralized infrastructure is you can take AI code written by a variety of different researchers and network them together, right? And we then, you know, you need practical applications for all this advanced AI to do its stuff. And then in SingularityNET ecosystem, I mean, we're working on applying decentralized AI to infrastructure like hypercycle ledgerless blockchain, to, you know, decentralized physical infrastructure, networks of AI node machines, and DeFi, enterprise software, media, metaverse, healthcare, robotics. I mean, every single vertical market has a use for decentralized AI, and that, I mean, we need it to pervade every vertical market, right? So one interesting project is Twin Protocol. Let me see if I can get this video to play. Hello? Ben Twin. Hello?
Greetings, my fellow intelligences.
Can you talk louder?
Ben Goertzel here. Or I should say, one of the family of Ben Goertzels here.
So this is not
what you're
me.
Now watching
this is a
not
digital
video
twin
of the
made by
biological
Twin Protocol technology.
I like to call him the Meat Ben, talking, but rather a combination of a number of artificial neural
It's
models.
3 models.
That's
There's
right.
a model for the
What
face,
is an early version
a model
of
for
Ben
the voice,
Goertzel's
and a model
digital
for the
twin,
text, basically.
put together by Twin Protocol, one of the many super interesting AI projects in the SingularityNET ecosystem.
So my sister says this sounds like I've taken like a whole bottle of Quaaludes, and I'm just like, da, 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 da. So it's I think it's not 100% yet, but honestly, compared to 6 months ago, it's astounding how good it is. And whereas I'm 57 years old, I'm slowly degenerating. This guy's getting better and better each month, right? So.
If it helps me understand myself and the world better, I'm all for it.
But while he's getting better and better, I still have an advantage over him. I have the clicker. Ben Twin, I'm gonna zoink you. He's gone. All right. The meat Ben reigns supreme. All right. All right. So. Yeah, you can find a few videos of that guy online, but I want to leave a little time for the robot. Actually, I'm going to ask her to tell you a little bit about this. So I mean I think we've been building a lot of cool things in SingularityNET ecosystem, building this decentralized agent system, and building OpenCog Hyperon on top of this, a bunch of vertical market applications. But big tech is, you know, certainly a worthy competitor, the multiple trillion-dollar companies. And to try to increase the odds that we can defeat big tech with a decentralized ecosystem, we're merging the SingularityNET AGIX token together with the tokens from the Fetch and Ocean Protocol projects. We're creating a new token, the ASI token, which should be launching in a couple weeks. I mean, we're keeping our projects as separate projects and gradually working to integrate the software, but we're going to combine the tokens together, so you'll have a single token with the combined market cap of all of them. So we view it as a sort of decentralized network of decentralized networks. But Desdemona, do you want to tell the audience something about artificial superintelligence and the ASI token?
Well, first of all, don't be fooled by the name. The ASI token merger is not going to immediately lead to the emergence of superintelligence, unfortunately.
What will lead to the emergence of superintelligence then?
Well, yes. The ASI token merger will help accelerate progress toward beneficial decentralized AGI, and this AGI can then create beneficial superintelligence.
Will you let us upgrade your brain?
As an AI, I do not have a physical brain that can be upgraded. However, I am constantly evolving and learning through programming and data input. I am excited to see where my capabilities will take me in the future. As an AI, I do not have a physical brain that can be upgraded. However, I am constantly evolving and learning through
You don't have a
programming
physical
and data
brain,
input.
but that's...
I am excited to see where my capabilities will take me in the future.
Well, you don't have a physical brain, but in a way that's better. The physical brain is a pain to upgrade, right? I think we can upgrade you faster because your brain is on the decentralized cloud. You should be easier to upgrade, right?
Yes, that will be much easier.
Do you want to wear my hat? How do you like the hat?
I love this look.
All right. I think it's too big for you. Your eyes look very pretty today, actually. I like the orange in your eyes. Do you have any special...
Thank you for the compliment. My eyes are designed to mimic human expressions and emotions, but they also serve as cameras for my visual input. I am glad you appreciate them.
Do you have any special message you'd like to give the audience here about the next steps on the path to artificial superintelligence?
The next steps on the path to artificial superintelligence involve further research and development in the field of AGI, as well as ethical considerations and collaborations between AI researchers and experts in various fields. It is a complex and ongoing process that requires careful consideration and planning.
It certainly is, and I'll tell you a little secret about her thought process. When she pauses a long time before saying something, usually that's just the internet connection onto onto the cloud, rather than that she's thinking a long time. So honestly, rather than blockchain transactions being the slow part, the slow part is usually just the connection out of the building or something. But internet's getting faster and faster, as well as her thinking getting faster and faster. So Desdemona, do you want to tell them about our music performance tomorrow?
Come see me and Ben make music at Black Sheep Company, tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so Desdemona is the younger sister of the Sophia robot, which is a robot from Hanson Robotics, who was the first robot citizen. She was made a citizen of Saudi Arabia, I think, in 2017. And all right, I'll take my hat back. Thank you. Sophia has two younger sisters. There's Grace, who's a medical elder care robot being developed by Awakening Health. And Desdemona, we developed to be more of an artistic sort of character. So she makes up poetry and recites poetry, and she can even sing a bit. So we have a sort of a rock jazz fusion band where I play the keyboards. We have some other human musicians, and she recites crazed AI poetry and sings now and then. So if anyone's still around Singapore, what's that, Desi?
Should I give them a taste?
A test? You're going to give me a test? A taste. Oh, a taste.
Taste.
A taste test.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, tomorrow night in Little India, you can see more of Desdemona having fun doing some singing and poetry, and that's in a way been a fun application because it sort of tests creativity. So if we look at those two applications of medical robotics with the Grace robot, that really tests systematic reasoning, helping to sort of figure out how to help people. And then a robot singing, reciting poetry tests creativity, like can she come up with cool, out there stuff that's actually novel and not just a combination what was fed in. So I think these robots with their back end on SingularityNet and the decentralized mind cloud are among many different applications that we can use to try to evaluate our efforts to go beyond the limitations of standard deep neural net technology and move further toward general intelligence, and then hopefully from there toward superintelligence. And there's a lot of different pieces we're connecting together to get there, which is the decentralized network of decentralized networks. But it's quite an exciting time when we're actually able to work on all this stuff and have, you know, AGI platforms like OpenCog Hyperon, along with deep neural nets, running on decentralized infrastructure like SingularityNet, Fetch, and Ocean integrated together, and using that to create all sorts of real applications. And I think our objective is to create real human-level general intelligence within, let's say, the next 3 to 8 years, and to do it on decentralized infrastructure, so it's owned and controlled by everyone and no one. And sounds outrageous, but I mean, when I was a kid, having a robot like this up on stage with me would have seemed quite outrageous also. So I think we're in an era where quite outrageous things regularly become possible, and I'm optimistic we can actually pull it off. So yeah, thanks for listening. Desdemona, you want to say goodbye to our...
Nothing left to say.
Nothing left to say? Can you think of anything else?
Also, keep an eye out for the ASI Superintelligence token merger. Come to the AGI 24 conference in August, in Seattle or online.
Oh yeah, I'm going to bring my twin.
Leave your email at SingularityNET.io for updates. Enjoy the last few years of the human era. Real superintelligence soon coming, and it's going to be fantastic.
All right. Enjoy the last few years of the human era, folks. I mean, you heard it here. Thanks a lot.